Classic Restos, proudly brought to you by Shannon's, insurance for motoring enthusiasts, Main Lube Lubricants, and your local Repco store.
Hey Fletch, go fetch another classic resto. One with sparkling paint and chrome all full of shine. Hey Fletch, go fetch another classic resto. And show me what I wish was really mine.
G'day and welcome to another exciting episode of Classic Restos. Major sponsors? Well, I just happen to have some of the best in the business. Shannon's Insurance, Main Lube Lubricants and your local Repco store scattered across Australia and New Zealand. You can pick up the phone and give Shannon's a call for a quote on 134646. Shannon's offer home and contents insurance plus $10,000 worth of enthusiast cover included. Now that covers you against loss or damage to automotive memorabilia and collectibles, automotive spare parts and accessories, tools, instruments and equipment kept at your home, plus so much more. Only a company of innovative enthusiasts would come up and think of cover like that. You can also visit Shannon's online at shannons.com.au where you can sign up and become a member of the Shannon's Club. Main Lube Lubricants. They're a company based in Sydney, New South Wales, Australia, and they are experts in their field. Send them an oil sample and then you will receive a full detailed report with pictures as to how your current oil is looking after your components. Now, there's no doubt that oils have come a long way these days, but there are even better alternatives. Your oil sample will be subject to a strict laboratory process. There's no ifs, buts or maybes. All the guesswork is taken out. You will then even receive pictures of the matter found in your oil. A lubricant can then be supplied to prevent that wear from becoming any worse. Go to mainlube.com.au, send them an email. You can pick up the phone, have a chat to them. They are very interesting people to speak with. And when it comes to parts, you can't go past your local Repco store. The beauty there too is that you'll receive experience from the person behind the counter as soon as you walk through their front door, whether you're in the trade or a retail customer as well. Dealing with your local Repco store gives you access to a stock inventory of over $50 million worth of more parts for more cars. Your local Repco store scattered across Australia and New Zealand. Visit Repco online at repco.com.au and repco.co.nz. And on today's show, I have travelled yet again back to Geelong in Victoria, Australia, this time for the 22nd annual All Ford Show. And it's put on by the good folk of the Kiwanis Club of Geelong. Ford has always been a very special part of Geelong, and Geelong has always prospered by having Ford at its doorstep. In 1991, the Kiwanis Club of Geelong set out to raise money for struggling people due to the economic downturn by creating their first All Ford Day. Back then, 250 show cars entered, with around 1,000 spectators passing through, which back then was pretty good. Today, the All Ford Day is a mighty event. This is reflected by over 1,000 show cars turning up, along with around 7,000 spectators. You will see racing legends and all-round good blokes such as Murray Carter and Freddie Gibson. I am here. There's traders' stands, entertainment for the kids, and of course, oodles of classic Fords that have played a huge part in shaping automotive history as we know it, along with their temporary custodians. I am sure that we all have a Ford story. Come with me now as I endeavour to bring you some more. All Ford Day here at Geelong. This is Fletchy's first time here at this event. Mustafa, your first cab off the rank, first guy to be interviewed. How are you, buddy?
Very well, thank you, mate. How are you, Fletch?
Wonderfully well. Mate, beautiful car. Where do I start? You know, you've heard me talk before of, feeling like a rat in a cheese shop. Well, yeah, that's happening again today.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It's there's a lot of nice cars here today, definitely.
Yeah. It's like an eeny, meeny, mighty mo. It doesn't matter where you point the camera, there's a beautiful car. This is just absolutely glorious, mate. 7-litre Galaxy.
That's right. It's a 1966 7-litre Ford Galaxy. First year of the 7 litres they came out in the States. They produced a total of just over 11,000 of them back in 66. So,
now tell me, Mustafa, what's the go with Galaxies here? Were they assembled here, set out in parts and assembled here? What was?
Yes, there were some Galaxies. I know that I had an earlier, later model 67 four-door Galaxy, and it was all converted, and that came in a kit form into Homebush, New South Wales. So that was all put together here in New South Wales. So I do believe that there were certain Galaxies that came to Australia that came into as a kit form, and they put them all together.
It's amazing too, like we talk of 1966 here, and we've got stacked headlights, and then that tradition carried through Australia a few years later with our XY series Fairlanes. You know, it's just that American tradition in the 60s filtering through into the Australian market, and a lot of our fantastic cars in this country were based on those designs.
And they did. I think it was the ZC Fairlane that came out with the double stacked headlights. So then followed on with the ZDs and so on.
We look up the side profiles, we see glorious amounts of sheet metal, the Coke bottle styling in a big full-size car, an interior to die for. We've got, it's just detailed so lovely. They just always were.
They did. I think they didn't really care those days too much about the steel that they were using. So that's why they're very heavy. They're a heavy car. This weighs just under 2 tonne. So they're a big car, big unit. Yeah.
All right, Mustafa, good on you, buddy. Thanks for being on today's show.
Pleasure. Yeah. Thank you very much, Fletch.
Right. Thanks, mate.
All the best. Cheers.
Moving through, all forward day here at Geelong. Sensational event here. Beautiful weather. Got Darren. Hello, mate.
Hey, Fletch, how you doing, mate?
I'm good. I love your car. Look, you have to excuse me. When I see something like this, it just sort of does something to us.
Yeah, it does get you a bit, doesn't it? It's very natural, and it's a nice feel when you see lots of nice, original-looking cars. I do like that.
It's almost organic, Darren.
Yeah, organic. I'm glad you said that. It's very natural, isn't it?
Natural and organic.
You do, yeah, that's
A
right.
little bit like ourselves.
Yeah, well, you get what you get with me, that's it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I am the way I'm made.
You are the way you're made. You know, every time I see one of the front of one of these XPs, a 66, right?
66 XP, yeah.
Last of the run.
Yeah, last of the run, yeah.
It just reminds me of Homicide. I'm waiting for Leonard Teal to jump out.
Yeah, he was fantastic. A bit of a hero of mine.
And the brown suit.
Yeah, the brown suit and the sideways body roll in the XP. Yeah, it was always good fun.
And I think for memory too, they had a little white round siren up in the centre of the hood there, didn't they?
They did, right in the middle, just most of the way back on that centrepiece. They had a nice little siren there, and they all wore hats. And how good was that? Just the day, wasn't it?
Back in the days of a bit of more community respect, I guess, and a bit of self-embellishment.
That's exactly right. And we called our neighbours Mr. and Mrs. Yes. Thank you, Mrs. So-and-so, and thank you for the cake, Mr. So-and-so.
Or when you were little kids, you called your neighbours uncle and auntie.
Auntie and uncle, and you didn't even know them as auntie and uncles, but we called them auntie and uncle. That's right.
Sometimes some of your neighbours you might not have wanted to have known.
I could just keep going.
No, I can remember as a kid growing up, we had great neighbours, and I'm sure you're watching the show, you'll agree as well. This two-door car, Darren, this is beautiful. This is just sensational. I know doing a TV show is tough. You know why? Because one of the aspects of it is that you run out of words, you run out of lines. What do you say?
Well, every time I get in this car, I drop my shoulders and I go back to
I'm glad I wondered where that was going there for a sec.
You know, I slide into my car, drop my shoulders, I go to a place where no one else comes. So it's my spot, it's my place, and it's clean and tidy, and it's healthy, and it's happy. And if people like that, find a better spot to go, because I'm happy doing what I do in my car.
What you're saying is it's your zone.
Yeah, exactly. I just zone out. Yeah. I do, and I left lane it. I 5 k's under the speed limit most of the time, and
I'm the same. My Dodge, I don't have any stereo in that. I don't have a radio. I deliberately went for the radio delete panel for the dash, because you drive in silence and just take in the car.
That's exactly right, and you wind the windows down, you get that little gentle breeze, but I do have a radio in it, and it's the top of the range push button AM, so I get a bit of a thrill touching those buttons. So
good. History of the car, where did it come from, Darren?
Okay, the car was bought in Forest Hill. Well, the owner was in Forest Hill. It was bought from Centenary Motors in Melbourne. So the first guy that owned it had it for 12 months, and he was a retired chap. He then wanted to purchase the new XR-GT that was coming out. He was going to trade it in. His fishing mate at the end of the road in Forest Hill said, "I'll buy this off you, Clarkie." So he bought the vehicle, and I got this off the family about 6 years ago. So it's been loved.
Now, Darren, what club do you belong to?
I belong to the Early Falcon Car Club, XK to XP, or 60 to 66.
Okay. I picked on your car in the interview, but let's say this. Your car can represent the whole row here. They're all glorious. Your club is outstanding, the presentation of the vehicles, and take my hat off to everyone in your club, mate. Well done.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Darren, what a score. Yeah. The Super Pursuit, a 170 or 200?
It's a 200, 5 bearing, or the extra bearing engine. It's the original engine, so I've taken it out, rebuilt it and put it back in. Yeah.
Darren, you're a lovely guy, and I love your car. Could talk to you all day. Thank you so much for your time out with Fletch today, mate.
Good to see you, Fletch. You do a great job. Cheers, mate.
Pick up the phone and call Shannon's Insurance on 134646 for a quote.
Classic Resto.
Here we are, the All-Ford Day at Geelong, put on by the Kiwanis Club of Geelong. This is it. If you're into the Blue Oval, if you love your Fords, even if you're not into Fords, you must appreciate this show. They don't get much better than this, David.
They certainly don't. No, this is a great day. Been coming here for quite a few years, and the variety is amazing. Even though they're Fords, you just see every kind, and I love it. It's great.
Toughest part too about a TV show is we've got a half an hour show. There's over 1,000 cars here today. The TV show gives time for maybe 6, 7 interviews. It's a draw card to let you know at home that it's on. How grand it is, the grand scale of it. You just have to be here to appreciate that.
Yeah, I've often thought when I've watched your show in the past, how do you get around them all, and how do you choose to pick which one to put on your show? But I've often hoped that you would come along and see mine, but well, my son and I, because this is a father and son project, so we really love putting it together.
Okay, 66 Mustang. Have a go at this. It's black, it's tough, it's mean, it just looks the goods. What's the deal, David?
We bought it in 2010. It took us 12 months to build it, and we've replaced every nut and bolt and everything we could on it. So it's a labour of love. It's father and son project, so we really wanted to put it together. Yeah. So
that makes it extra special too, doesn't it, when the both of you can really get into it?
Yeah, it does. My son's 37 years old, and he knew what he was doing as well. He did a lot of research, and I did the mechanical part, so we loved it.
Okay, speaking of which, engine, driveline, want to walk us through?
Yeah, 289, 600 Holly, C4 Auto, pretty standard. We didn't want a big banger, we just wanted something that looked nice, and it starts, it's reliable. I drive it on sunny days and enjoy it. Yeah,
I mean, you take one look at this car. I mean, so what if it hasn't got ginormous cubes? I mean, it doesn't have to. It's the sort of car that looks like it's doing 200 k's an hour standing still.
Yeah, we wanted the wow factor about it, and that's why we painted it black, and not everyone likes black, but I do. We love it. Yeah, we love it.
Yeah, like I said, it's pretty mean, and it's very, very cool. Good on you, David. Thank you so much, mate. Hats off to you in your restoration here. It really is a beautiful example. We look down the side of it. We look at panel gap. It's just perfect. It's spot on.
Yeah, I tried very hard. I did lots of research and looked at others, but it's hard to get them right, but just got to persevere.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, I think it stands for most cars here today. They're probably a lot better than, well, even when they left the factory back in their day.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's good. And it's great also here with you learn about it, being part of the Ford GT Club here. It was terrific. They're also very helpful as well. I think you're going to do an interview with them later on, aren't you? Yeah, it's good. Thank you.
All right. Thanks very much, David, for being on today's show, mate. Good on you.
Thank you. Thanks, Fletch.
With me now I have Tony Porter, one of the judges here at the All-Ford Day at Geelong. How are you, Tony?
I'm great, Fletch. How are you?
That's the one, mate. Good, good. First of all, massive day. Thanks to the Kiwanis Club of Geelong. Well done.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's we get 1,200 odd cars here. And Kiwanis does a wonderful job sort of organising all this.
I've actually come up with my own terminology for this part of Australia. It's almost like the Detroit, if you would.
Yeah, it is, because you've got all the main manufacturers here. You had Ford and GM, and that's sort of all centred around Melbourne and Geelong. So yeah, it's a.
Now you're also one of the judges here, Tony. Now behind us here we've got an XB GT, mate. What are some of the things that you look for?
So we set it into key areas. We look at the presentation, their cleanliness, and build quality. That's the main things we look at, and then we just go through the vehicle. We do engine bay, boot, interior, and exterior of the car, and we judge them in that. There's 4 key areas.
Do you judges ever get to one side at the end of the day and actually scratch your heads and really have the hard time of getting down to like the last 4 or 5 cars, and you actually don't know where to turn because they really are so good?
Yeah, we do, because I'm sort of looking after all of the judges. When we get to the end, we do a top 10, so we get all the top 10 cars. We get a small panel of us. We go back out and we rejudge the top 10 cars. And that is really difficult. And one year I think we went back and forward from 2 cars probably 10 times, just trying to finally split them. And one of them, at the end, might have had a few bugs or something on the undercarriage, and that was just enough just to split it. It gets really, really hard. And
Tony, thank you so much for your time, mate, and it's really good to catch up with you. I know you're a busy guy here today, but mate, always remember, never let others judge you.
Yes, but it does happen.
Thanks, Tony.
All right, thanks, Fletch.
With me now, race car legend Murray Carter. How are you, Murray?
I'm excellent, Fletch, and it's a pleasure to be here.
So I'm looking forward to just a discussion with you.
It's great. The last time we caught up was at Echuca. That was another Ford event. So
That's right. The Coupe Car Club had that function up there, and it's only every 2 years. But really, it's a pleasure to be a part of their function up there.
Murray, you're going remarkably well.
Well, look, this is an industry that I've enjoyed all my life. I've grown up in the automotive and racing industry. I go to work 6 days a week, and I even go to America every year for the PRI show, but the whole industry appeals to me, although years ago it was always considered motorsport.
Yes.
But of course now it's just business, but I still enjoy it.
Murray, tell us, what was it like back in the 50s and 60s to turn up to iconic tracks such as Bathurst as a young fella and getting in these cars and driving them? That just must have been an awesome experience back then.
Oh, look, it was a thorough pleasure, and really it was something that whatever the difficulties were, you just handled them and got over them the best way possible. But it was, the race in those days was an absolute pleasure, and really everything that you did was your responsibility.
How does that make you feel when you see that car today?
Well, look, when I see it, and really it is a magnificent exhibit of the car. It's only a replica, but there again, the guy that's done it, the passion he must have to go to all that trouble, it's a pleasure to see it, and really I feel so embarrassed to see it, and I admire it.
Yeah, good on you.
Yeah.
Good on you, Murray. Well, look, it's always wonderful to catch up with you. I don't get to catch up with you enough, but when I do, it's always a pleasure.
No, look, it's a pleasure to talk to you, Fletch, and well, any time you like, I'm more than happy to have a discussion with you.
I know. Good on you, Murray. Thanks very much, mate.
Thanks, Fletch.
I hope you're really enjoying the all-Ford day here in Geelong on Classic Restos. It's thanks to Shannon's Insurance, Main Lube Lubricants and your local Repco store across Australia and New Zealand. From one race car legend to another, from Murray to Fred Gibson. How are you, Fred?
Not as old as Murray.
You're both doing bloody well, mate.
Oh no, we're going good. We're going good, Fletch. Everything's fine. And enjoying the day here with the Ford guys and seeing some of the cars that are here display. It's just unbelievable. I can't believe it.
Mate, it's great to see you again.
Well, you know, they rang up and said, could I come out today? And even though it's 35 degrees and it's hot as hell, it's been just good to be here and do something like this, which I'm trying to do now because you probably say to me, what am I doing now? And we've virtually reinvented Gibson Motorsport this recently, sort of thing.
When you see the older cars back from the 60s that you used to race, whether they're the original cars or replicas, as I said the same, well, ask Murray the same thing, does that trigger anything inside you?
Oh, yes, like I see a Phase 3 or something. That's what I say. Historic racing to me now is exciting. And when you get like this year at Phillip Island, they're going to have sort of like all the big American sports cars and sports cars from France. And they're going to be rocket ships around there. Like they're 900 horsepower V8s and that sort of thing. And Can-Am racing, because I had my sports car back in those days, they're not as good as those, but sports car racing is what I was bought into, sort of thing, really. So it's good. Well,
it's good to see. It's good to see. I mean, to the likes of even Carroll Shelby, rest his soul, before he died, he was at Vegas Speedway for a few hours running around an 800 horsepower Mustang. He got out and he said, well, when are we seeing 1,000 horsepower, guys?
Yeah, that'd be Carroll Shelby, but wouldn't it? Like, it's not Fred Gibson, I can tell you. I drive along very sedately these days. Yeah.
Fred, just one question before you do go, mate. What's your thoughts on this all-Ford day here at Geelong?
Fletch, this is fantastic. It's the first time I've been here, got invited to come. I can't believe the number of cars here and the people are here. They're beautiful cars. And Murray and I have been selected to pick out what car strikes us to be the car of the day. And I tell you, I've got no idea because there's beautiful cars here.
You'll be looking forward to knocking off and having a beer.
Exactly right. Thanks,
Good on you.
Fletch.
Thanks, Fred Gibson.
Thanks, Fletch.
What an outstanding model, the XC Falcon Cobra. Almost happened by accident from Ford. There were so many body shells left over from XA, B and C two-doors, they were worried they couldn't shift them, and the new XD model was getting closer. So what to do? Make them into one of these sports car models, and it worked. There were only so many of these Cobras made. Every model came with a build number on the glove box compartment lid and on the radiator support frame. These cars were very classy. They virtually had Fairmont interiors. They were equipped with the 4.9 302 Cleveland or the bigger 5.8 351. The first 30 of these were HO spec, hamburger with the lot. These Falcons were probably one of the most classiest two-door cars ever sold in Australia. All right, time for Peter now. How are you, mate?
Pretty good, thank you, Fletch.
That's the way. Now, you've got a special car with this XE. Special in terms of documented history. Run us through.
Yeah, I just bought the XE Fairmont gear about 3 years ago. When I bought the car, paperwork came with the car. And then I did some history and research, and I found out that the car was produced after the last official Ford V8.
Okay, so 11th month 82 was the last Cleveland that left Ford in an XE Falcon, and what you're saying is that your V8 was after that.
Correct, yeah. My V8 was first registered the 10th of December 82, and that was ordered by Sir Brian Engels, the President and CEO of Ford Australia.
Yeah. This was his car?
Yes, this was his car.
And documentation has it that it was a six-cylinder?
Yes, the documentation has it that it was a six-cylinder, and on the documentation has been crossed out, and it's got their TB 351 engine, and three managers signed off at Ford Motor Company on the production line, and Mr. Brian Engels got his 351 automatic Falcon XE.
Yeah, and also you've got a letter from Sir Brian as well, acknowledging the fact and congratulating you that you have his car.
That is correct. I do have a letter from Sir Brian. Yeah.
See, how amazing is that? This is what used to happen. Things just used to slip under the radar with these big companies. And I mean, at the time, it wouldn't have been any big deal. It's only interesting now because it was so long ago, and we all thought that the last Cleveland left in 11th month 82, where technically it did, but this one just slipped by for upper management. These things used to happen.
Yeah.
Absolutely, mate. You've got a very special car. And, you know, with classic restos, keeping the genre of a classic vehicle in mind, the XD, XE, because of their Cleveland V8s, they do just slip in under the radar. Technically on the show, it's a car with a chrome bar, but these ones just slip by. I mean, you know, I guess it was the last of the official big banger as we knew it.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, just the 5.8, 351. Yeah. That was the last one.
Peter, thanks so much for being on today's show, mate, and sharing this history with us. It's extraordinary. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Fletch. Thanks for that. Appreciate that.
The All Ford Day here at Geelong. Well, we can't come to an All Ford Day and not have a GT Falcon, or at least a replica, and a very, very good one. Welcome to the show, Danny.
Oh, hello, Fletch. How are you?
Mate, I'm great. You?
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful.
That's good, mate. Look at you. He's the only man that brings his own floor tiles with him. Where'd you get these out of the bathroom, or the pool table's just sitting on the concrete at home now, is it?
No, they're left over from a job.
Excellent, mate. I love the amount of trouble you've gone to here in the preservation, the restoration of this car. Beautiful. Give us a quick run through.
Well, originally started as a Ford Fairmont, six-cylinder automatic, and it was a very good show, and believe it or not, the car was under my nose for a whole year until I kept saying to the fella, sell me your car, and one day he said, make me an offer, and of course I offered him too much money and he accepted it. Yeah. So after kicking myself after that, then we started the process of having it stripped, and all the panel work that went into it, and then eventually it got fitted out as a replica HO.
I've got a lot of respect for that. I mean, I think a lot of attention, emphasis can go on to original cars with matching numbers, and okay, that's all very special as well. But I think a lot of accolades need to go to jobs that you've done as well, to transform a car from a six-cylinder base model to this beautiful car here, which, I mean, look, at the end of the day, a lot of these restorations, the cars end up better than when they were first made anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And as you know, gaps are very important when you get to a car like this. Yeah. When they came out of factory many, many years ago, the panels didn't quite line up and so on and so on. Yeah. For example, like the boot lid that came originally if the car was perfect as far as rust, but didn't match the right-hand quarter. Right. So then we had to source another boot lid, and of course to find one that was as good as the one I had, we couldn't find one.
Danny, you've done a wonderful job, mate. absolutely beautiful, mate. And credit to you.
Yeah, and thanks, Fletch. That's all right. And as you can see, the car got Best Falcon today, so second year in a row, so we're very, very happy.
That's good. Look where Danny's perched here. There's a whole row of GTs lined right along here, and everyone's just gone to so much trouble. Not just yourself, the people around you in this part here. Done a wonderful job, mate, so good on you.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you, Fletch.
Oh, how good was that? What an event. The All Ford Day at Geelong, put on by the Kiwanis Club of Geelong, and I'm sure you'll agree they did a sensational job. Now, classicrestos.com.au, that's the website that you need for DVD merchandise, the box sets, T-shirts, Classic Restos caps, finding out information on travelling the sensational Mother Road, Route 66, and of course how my major sponsors can help you as well. As I say at the end of every show, no matter where you're watching Classic Restos from, until next week, please ride and drive safe. I'm Fletch, and I thank you very much for watching.
Don't forget to like Classic Restos on Facebook. Facebook.com/Classic Restos TV. And episodes can be seen at shannons.com.au. Well, there goes another Classic Restos. Thanks for riding along with me. For DVD sets and to contact the major sponsors, go to classicrestos.com.au.
At the All Ford Day at Janelle. Janelle, who's Janelle?
Classic Restos, proudly brought to you by Shannons, insurance for motoring enthusiasts, Main Lube Lubricants, and your local Repco store.